Hi everyone, my name is Emily Burgess and I am so honored to be asked to come and share a little bit about how to sustain a positive culture within your organization. As I was thinking about it after Genevieve asked me to share, I thought, well, sure, I can share the things that we do as a team. We have a really beautiful team, a really close-knit team. So I started to think about all the different things that we do, and I thought, but I'm sure that most everyone else does these things as well. And so what is it that I can share with some meat that can help maybe if we're in a place where our culture isn't super positive or there's not a lot of intentionality? How can we get out of that and move more towards a positive, sustaining culture? And so I started to do some research. I went to the man himself, the legend himself, John Maxwell. And if you don't ever watch The Minute by Maxwell or Minute with Maxwell or whatever it's called, you ought to. It's awesome. It's just a few minutes of just amazing golden nuggets that will help you grow as a leader, as a person, as a business owner. And so I was watching a few of his about culture, and that's something that he's very, very passionate about. He says that culture trumps everything. He said culture can never be better than the behavior of its leaders, period. End of story. I'm going to read it again. Culture can never be better than the behavior of its leaders, period. End of story. And so our team is a reflection of us. Are we positive? Are we helpful? Are we making a mission to not let anybody be left behind if they really, really want this? Are we giving opportunities? Are we getting into the trenches with these people, with our team, and helping them, leading by example? Are we creating opportunities for this culture to grow and just cultivate, right? And so are we creating what we want our culture to be? So before I began my Plexus business, I really took seriously praying over starting this up. I spent a full month with my husband. We wrote a pro and con list. We prayed all of December 2016 about what it would look like if I were to start my business with Plexus. And one of the biggest desires of my heart was if I were to do this, I would want to create some sort of close-knit family team culture. And so that was on my heart before I even began. That's who I am. That's something that I deeply desire. And so I have put that into my team. Even when I was a brand new silver ambassador and I didn't have anyone that wanted to do the business, or I had people that would say they want to do the business and not do anything. As frustrating as that is, that's something that all of us go through. And so I still was trying to cultivate this culture of helping and adding value, creating opportunities. And so I wanted to share with you guys a few of the things that we do as a team that we have initiated that I truly believe has created this family type of unit amongst us. So right before, I went Ruby in February of 2018, and in March of 2018, Emily and Brooke had put together a video on YouTube about accountability. It's 18 or 19 minutes. It's from a while ago, but go and watch. It's got great information in there. And so a few of my newer runners, we had talked about, well, maybe we should start doing this. And so in March of 2018, we started implementing, is that right? 18, yeah. We started implementing this accountability group. And we've been doing it for almost 3 years. March will be 3 years for us, where we go for 3 months and we meet every single Monday night. And I remember I was added to Jen Leith's team page before I knew anyone really. And I remember seeing that she would do Monday night calls, Monday night Zooms, Monday night lives with her team, and I loved that. And so I was really excited to start implementing this. And so, with our accountability group, we may have started with 12 people and then ended with 3 of us, but we continued to stick with it. Like I said, we would meet every Monday night. We would share our struggles. We would share our wins. We would share the things that worked for us. We would go through some of the problems that we had, and we would just link arms and we would just come up with solutions. We'd build each other up. We'd add value to one another. We had prayer, definitely in the mix of all of that. like I said, we didn't leave people behind. And so that started, I really truly believe, that kind of started our culture. So doing those weekly calls where people all across the country were coming together, all on different teams. They weren't all just my level ones. And so they were all coming together and helping each other. So we started that. We started doing monthly team calls the first Monday of every month, where we have a jewel who is in momentum, a jewel who is working and who is active and is #OnePlexus, that I've invited to come and share a little bit of their story, share maybe some things that they're really passionate about or things that they're seeing working amongst their team. And that's been very, very fruitful. I think that helps to get another perspective. And so my team is showing up to those things, and we've been doing that consistently, even when we only had 3 or 4 people showing up. It's now grown to much more than that. We also do power half hours. I thank my beautiful power partners, Jordan Ronberry and Joanna Miller, for introducing me to those. And so we just do power half hours, where I might just get in touch with one of my level ones who is new, or she may have been seasoned but is struggling. And I might just do a one-on-one power half hour with her over Zoom. Or we will do team-wide power half hours. And we try to do a couple a week, because I really think everybody being together is so, so vital. We also occasionally will do like prayer mornings. We'll do goal setting calls. A big, huge thing is recognition. And I know that you guys know this, but you see it all of the time. People work harder for praises than they do raises. And so I think acknowledging people and their actions. And I remember when I first started, and I would just be like craving Tamara to come and say, Emily, that was a really good post, because I was so nervous. It was so out of my comfort zone. And I think as leaders have been a part of this for a long time, sometimes we forget. And so we need to go back and remember how scary it is to go and make these steps and to really praise and recognize these people, whether it's on your team page, whether it's just to them, whether it's on your thread, but recognizing their actions, not just results, has been huge. That helps them with their confidence for sure. I also have a thread on my Facebook Messenger with all of my runners, and it goes all the way down to my levels like 7. And I really like that, because I want people to know that we are in this together. It does not matter if somebody's diamond, if somebody's emerald, if somebody's a brand new ambassador. We are doing this together. We're linking arms, we're building each other up, we're adding value. And so I love that we have this runner's thread. And sometimes we have to sort through it, and the people that aren't really working anymore, like we not pass them on, but like that, this is a fast running thread. And it's so cool, because I've seen this culture just really brewing in the thread too, where we will have, I'm just going to call her out, Kylie Bell. She's on my team. She is a level 2 of mine. She is a Ruby. And she's amazing. She will help everybody on the thread. If they have any green question, any medical question, whatever it may be, she's on it. She is helping. And I think that is just like spurring up this beautiful community of helping one another. No matter which team you're on, we're all in this together. Doing events. So we hosted a gold and above retreat in Scottsdale back in January of 2020, and that really changed a lot. I think that really united a lot of our team together. So they've gone from seeing each other on weekly calls to now they're together, rubbing bellies together, sharing stories, crying together, celebrating each other, and that was a huge thing. So doing events, doing fun gifts to recognize your people, doing fun incentives, and it doesn't have to be a lot, but I think like reading your team and seeing like, okay, they may need like a little pick-me-up. Like I remember I worked really hard when Tamara offered free Ray-Bans, and so what am I going to do to my team to kind of boost up some morale, boost up some momentum, get them excited? So doing fun incentives. Of course, doing three-way phone calls are so important. Nipping negativity in the bud. Like the moment negativity starts, nip it. Like so people know like you are a safe place. You can talk about it for just a second, and then we need to move on. We need to find a solution and move on. And then I was just going to say too, placing high regard on your teammates, giving grace, speaking kindness, speaking truth to them, and making sure that they know they're valued is a huge part of creating that culture. Genevieve always says, what is the trick to retention, retention, retention? It's relationship, relationship, relationship. I'll never forget Tamara in my upline. She asked me last summer, she said, I'm just curious, if I were to ever not pour into you and be a part of you and your business, would you still know what to do? And I remember feeling like, well, yes, I know what I need to do, but that changes everything. Culture trumps everything. You don't want to just be here by yourself. The community, the relationships, that is what makes Plexus so, so sweet. I'm going to leave you with this. John Maxwell said, if the way that you run your business and your team is unintentional, the odds are you don't have a healthy culture. Creating an intentional culture is an uphill job, but everything worthwhile is uphill. You guys, creating that culture, you being the example, your behavior being the example is so vital, in my experience, for the success of you, your company, your team. You guys have a good day.